Right now, in 2026, our campaigns are averaging over a 5% reply rate, with some campaigns over 20%. And in 2025, our partners generated over 8 figures in pipeline from our work. In the last few months, that's meant booked calls from cold email with Moody's, Clifford Chance, PwC, Google, Ancestry. No warm intros, no referrals. We didn't know a single one of these people before the first email went out. And I'm not going to show you a magic subject line because there wasn't one. What booked these calls isn't the email. It's everything that happens before the email. So let me show you the machine. I've been talking a lot about strategy on this channel lately. Frameworks, metrics, the thinking behind Outbound. And I stand by all of it. But strategy without a machine underneath it is just a nice idea. So today I'm doing the opposite. Today it's the stack, the actual system that runs every week and turns into meetings like these. And the whole thing comes down to one line. If you take one thing from this video, take this. Personalize the list, not the email. Everybody obsesses over the email, the subject line, the opener, the clever little personalized first sentence. And honestly, most of that barely matters. Because if the list is wrong, the best email in the world lands on the wrong desk and dies. And if the list is right, the email barely has to be clever at all. That's the machine. 4 steps. Let me walk you through it. Most people build a list like this. Pick an industry, company size, a job title, export 10,000 rows, blast. That's not a list. That's a phone book. The question is never, who could I email? The question is, who has a reason to hear from me this week? That reason is a signal. Now, we test signals constantly. That's a big part of what we do. We're always testing. But the one that I'll share today, because it keeps working, especially on these enterprise campaigns, is a leadership change. A new CRO comes in, new VP of sales or head of operations. New leaders arrive with a mandate. They've got their first 100 days to show something. They're reviewing everything, and they've got no loyalty to whatever the old regime was buying. That's a person with a genuine reason to take a meeting. We've built our own systems in-house that watch for those moments. So when it happens, we know. A list built around a signal is smaller, way smaller, and it converts like a different universe. Because the meeting with a company like Moody's didn't happen because we found the company. It happened because we reached the right person at the right moment where it made sense for them. Small list, right timing. That's step 1. Step 2 is the step nobody makes videos about because it's boring, and it's the step the whole machine stands on. Actually reaching the person. Not info at, not a role inbox nobody's checking since 2019, not a guest person, the person. A real email, and where it matters, a real mobile. And here's my rule, and I don't break it. If I can't actually reach the person, they don't go on the list. A name with no real way to reach them isn't a lead. It's simply a wish. It's a row in a spreadsheet making you feel productive. This part of our stack is BetterContact. It's our main data provider. It takes each name and runs it through a whole set of sources until it comes back with something real. And it checks it's real before it hands it back. And the honest reason, it's the one I keep here. One source on its own always leaves a chunk of these enterprise people unreachable. And unreachable means they're off the list. That's it. That's the whole job of this layer. And this changes everything upstream, by the way. When you've got a real direct line to someone senior, the question stops being, is this worth an email? And becomes, is this worth a call? That's a different conversation. And you only get to have it when the data is real. Now, the email. And here's where I go against the grain. Everyone tells you to personalize the email, right? I saw you went to Stanford. Congrats on the funding. You know the drill. It's noise in 2026. Everybody does it. So it basically signals nothing. I don't research a person to write a clever line. I research the account to make sure they belong on the list at all. That the reason I'm reaching out is real for them specifically right now. The way we do it, the strategy is human. The heavy lifting is AI. Our team sets the criteria, and then AI runs every account through them. Is this company actually a fit? Is the research verified, not guessed? Is the reason we'd reach out genuinely relevant to them right now? If an account fails those checks, it's cut. Doesn't matter how good it looked on paper. And if steps 1 and 2 were done right, the email itself is actually almost boring. Short, clear, one relevant reason. Sometimes we barely personalize the message at all. And that's the point. We only personalize when it actually makes the email better, not to tick a box, because the work already happened in the list. When a reply comes back from a firm like PwC, do you think that's the witty first line? No. The right person got a relevant message they could act on. The list did that, not the copy. Last step, and it's short on purpose. Sending. Everything runs through our own sending setup. And there are 2 rules here. 1. Only the contacts that came back real get loaded. The rest don't move. No email, no sequence, nothing. Everything downstream, the copy, the domain reputation, the replies, is built on that data being real. Number 2, the send button. We press this ourselves every time. When a real message goes to a real person, a real company, that moment stays on us. I don't hand it to a machine. So, back to where we started. None of these happen because of a trick. They happen because the list was right, the person was reachable, and the timing made sense. Look at the Clifford Chance reply, one of the biggest law firms in the world, and the whole reply is sure, 4 p.m. on the 12th works my side. Thank you. That's it. No convincing, no back and forth. Ancestry came back with I'm open to learning more and a link to their own calendar. When the list is right and the timing is right, that's what replies look like. Short, warm, and straight to a time. That's not luck, and it's not a hack. It's the same machine run every week. You don't need 100 or 1,000 clever emails. You need one machine that puts a relevant message in front of a real person who has a reason to reply, and then you run it. Personalize the list, not the email. If you want to build this yourself, everything I've walked through today is in the description step by step. Go take it. And if you'd rather have it built and run for you, that's literally what we do at Astros Partners. There's a link for that in the description too. We only take on 1 new partner per month. So if you're interested, be quick. Next one, I'm going deeper on the signal layer. I'm sure you're going to love it. If today was useful, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.